sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast,
where things will be misquoted
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls, and I'm here with my good friend and co-host, Kelly Blackheart. Hey, Kelly.
What's up? Oh, really?
I got a case of the Mondays, and it's Friday.
It's Friday the 13th.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I never know what day it is.
Yeah. I like Friday the 13th, so I don't have any like weird superstitions around it. I was like, good, we'll record then.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
you
the
were
vibes will
telling
be
me
higher.
the last time it was Friday the 13th that there used to be a tradition that people get flash tattoos.
Yeah, there still is. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure every tattoo shop does flash tattoo deals for Friday the 13th. I have one.
People get like a 13?
Yeah, it's usually a 13 is incorporated into your design somewhere. So like this seahorse, that's a Friday the 13th one.
Let me put my glasses for this. Okay.
That's a 13. And then the toilet paper roll I have it just has a 13 in it.
Okay, I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's on the back of my arm, so you can't really tell. And it's a really shitty tattoo. It was done by somebody who was on like Miami Ink. And so I was like, oh, he'll make it look good. Granted, it's not bad. It was a bad design in general. I just thought it was funny and I got it for shits and giggles.
How much was it? Do you remember?
I think it was this was probably 10 years ago. I think we only paid $13 and then it was like $13 and then you do like a $7 tip or something like that.
I think we talked about that now they're like $60.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gotten rid. I mean, we talked about Mexico with the tiny ass flash tattoos that they had and they were like, yeah, $180. Fuck you. Fuck you. But you have a case of the Mondays. Well, you've been out and about all week.
Yeah. I have friends in town from Nashville. Brandon and Ina are here, and love them. Having a great time. We haven't gone nuts. Yesterday, we went over to the Getty Villa. I'd never been there before. Have you ever been to the Getty Villa, Isaac?
No.
I haven't
It's
either.
because it's on the other side of town, and for somebody who lives in Los Angeles, it really took an hour and 20 minutes to get there, an hour and 20 minutes to get home.
I used to live over there.
I used to live over there too, and I never went when I lived there. It's J. Paul Getty. He built a replica of an ancient Roman villa and put all his loot of stolen artifacts in it, and so it was good. It was a good thing to do. By the time I got home, I was fucking wiped and passed out. And Brandon and Ina went out and explored North Hollywood. They went and had sushi and went to a Magic the Gathering store.
Oh, I didn't know we had
I
those
did
in
not
my
know that
town.
either.
Got to invite Ty down here. I'm sure he would
doesn't
enjoy
do
that.
But every time we pass a Dungeons and Dragons store, he has to go in and buy a set of dice or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So
I get a lot of Dungeons and Dragons now on my For You page on TikTok because I've sent him a couple of things where I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Like somebody made custom, like, because they do the 20-sided dice, I think, for Dungeons and Dragons. And so this guy was making really cool lamps out of them. And so I watched the whole video and then sent it to Ty. And like, so I've sent him a couple of videos and now my feed is like so much Dungeons and Dragons.
If we wind up with a fucking 20-sided dice lamp in our house, I'm going to come for you.
I would hope he doesn't get one because it's like very expensive because they're custom.
Yeah, that's how he chooses to spend his money in my retirement.
But you'll have light though, and that's great.
Yeah, everybody loves light. There's nothing better than an expensive 20-sided lamp.
A harshly lit room. God, I love it.
Yeah. Illuminating crumbling furniture and ramen noodles.
Cum stains everywhere.
No, we're classy. Come on now.
I meant everybody else who comes in parties at the house.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure there's a lot of that. I'm sure at this point, the amount of people who've been in and out of that house, we could probably construct us a whole person out of just the leftover
yeah,
DNA.
there's got to be DNA samples everywhere around that place.
Anyway, I'm gonna drink some of this White Claw before somebody drone kills us and then blames it on somebody else.
Yeah. How'd you guys like that false flag, that almost false flag that, it's like.
Explain that to me because I heard bits and pieces of it.
So there was, I think it was ABC News. It was one of the BC News. They had put out a story that said Iran had said that they were going to strike California in retaliation for what's going on in Iran right now. And my immediate first thought was, well, if this doesn't sound like the government is planning to bomb California and blame it on somebody else. It's like,
because didn't they well, we know for a fact it's now not it's now there's no investigation.
yeah, it was like this was an unverified tip.
No, but
Or
we
what?
know that school, that 165 people, that was our own missile, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then did Trump, is this true? Because I didn't investigate this. I saw something that said that he said that it's possible that they intercepted one of our bombs and then rewired it. Is that true? Did
He
say that?
initially did try to blame it on them that they bombed their own school, and I'm like, that's an American thing to do. Like, come on,
That's our job.
It's our culture is not your costume. That is
Yeah.
what we do here. So that, and that's
Did you hear that, Isaac?
No.
That he said that they intercepted one of our missiles and reprogrammed it to.
Trump said that?
Yeah, that's what somebody said that he said. I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't Snopes it, and I don't want to be the spreader of false information. But it does make me mad, the fact that even hearing something that ridiculous, I could think that it's possibly true.
yeah.
Because he literally will just say anything.
For sure. Like, I just saw a video recently of a journalist kind of pushing him to answer for the fact, or it's like, I mean, anytime he has to answer for anything, he'll go onto the news immediately and call somebody a domestic terrorist or say that Iran bombed their own school or whatever. And then when somebody pushes him on it, he goes, well, I didn't know the details. I didn't really know what was going on. And so we're still investigating it. And it's like, but you made a definitive statement right away. And so if you were still investigating, that's what you should have said at the time. But now you've put this message out there and now people are running with that.
Yeah, he just says anything.
He just says anything. Yeah.
Although I did see the other day he blamed Hegseth, Kirshner, and somebody else. He was like, "Well, I'm just going on what they told me about bombing Iran."
God, I love it. I love a competent government. It's so fun. But yeah,
It scares me. I'm now starting to get scared, and I know that it's taken me a long time to get here, but I'm actually getting worried. Maybe it's because my serotonin is destroyed from drinking so much recently, but like now I'm starting to get like panicky and worry-y. I do not want to ship a bunch of American troops over to be killed. And
I know.
and
Yeah.
This is it me, or is this exactly what the Russians got into when they went into Ukraine, saying, "Oh, it's gonna be fine. We'll be in and out of there," and you cannot underestimate people's will to not have their country taken from them.
That's what I've never understood, because you're totally right. That's how they've been framing it here, is like they have a calendar of like, well, the war is going to go from the 13th to the 27th, and it's like, how could you possibly know what the end date of the war will be? Like,
And and the thing is that there's no sort of secondary thought going on in respect of we're basically creating future terrorists.
yeah, for sure. And the thing with the what I consider to be a false flag is like, so first of all, drones wouldn't make it from Iran to here, but they also then, I don't know who published it, but a story came out that 4 drones were stolen from a facility in Fort Collins very conveniently right after this happened. And so it's like, oh, they're putting all the details together. Did a little bit more research on that. Turns out that the drones were actually stolen in like November, but never really reported on. And so now they've like held on to this information till now, and because of this whole thing. But I think because so many people have called it out, like, just so you know, if we get bombed, it's our government, I think that they've walked it back. But it, just
Can you leave the Taco Bell near me alone, please?
well, what I said on my Instagram stories was, please drop the bomb directly on my house, because I do not have any survivalism in me. I was like, I have 17 bottles of water, 4 episodes of Paradise downloaded on my iPad, and maybe a couple D batteries. Like, then that's all I've got. If my phone dies for more than 12 hours, I'm out of here. Like, that is.
Well, out of spite, I hope that doesn't happen, because I want you to have to suffer with me.
Imagine us in a fucking post-apocalyptic world. We don't even want to do stuff when it's convenient.
Y'all motherfuckers aren't making it 3 days.
No,
It would
no
be-
chance.
We both would be fighting over the sharpest knife.
I have so many at my house. Don't worry.
Y'all just come to my house.
Okay.
I'll take care of both of you.
You have
Thank you.
guns?
I'll just come to my house.
Okay. All right. We're going to Isaac's house.
I got food
On
and
our
water.
horse and carriage. there's gonna be no roads to your house, Isaac.
Dude, I'll come pick you up in the battle Prius. It'll be
Okay,
awesome.
You probably live like less than 10 miles from us,
Yeah.
and it would take us 14 weeks to walk there.
It would be the new gold rush. People in Cybertrucks would be finally laughing
It would
at
be
us.
the
They're
trail.
like, "Ha ha,
It would be the Trail
suckers."
of Tears. You'd be in a covered wagon.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
I'm dying of dysentery immediately. That's for sure.
I just want people to stop being evil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to stop. Could we just stop killing people?
Yeah. And yeah, the torturing, like there was a story that came out about IDF soldiers gang raping this Palestinian male
Yeah, I saw
detainee
that.
and all that stuff. And it's just like the idea that you can go to war or go to another country and completely dehumanize their people as if they're not the same exact people, just living in a different culture.
Well,
like it's so bizarre to
A
me.
lot of the people who were, cheering regime change in Iran are now coming to the realization that they'll be living in rubble.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen several people be interviewed recently, and they're like, "Well, it at least we had homes,
Mm-hmm.
and we had food sources and things like that. Now we're not going to rebuild."
Right. That's because FIFA is going to build some more soccer stadiums there.
Is that true?
Well, they're building 50 in Gaza.
50 soccer stadiums?
So yeah, some ridiculous number that I'm like, oh God. The resort plans and all of that stuff for Gaza. He's like, it's just all of, we talked about it before we started recording. It's like, at least back in the day when politicians were fucking us, they were distracting us with other stuff or not making it super obvious. But now they are fucking us and also eating $93 billion worth of lobster and crab and rubbing it in our faces that we can't afford. We can't afford to make life better for any of our citizens. But Christy Noam will do a $220 million ad.
Pete Hegseth is on television masturbating for the camera while eating a live lobster.
Also, how in the world did that ad cost $220 million? Like that is
didn't.
that's yeah, exactly. But like, how do you justify that? Because some of the greatest movies of all time had a lower budget than
Dark
this
Knight
ad.
cost $180 million.
Yeah, it's just like
But they got the company, which was, they didn't even have a website. They got a $73 million production company to start the company.
They opened
oh, was that the company that they were talking about? Because
they
there was
opened up
an
an LLC 8 days before.
But what was it?
the
The
transfer
was
of
it the ad
funds.
company?
Yeah.
Because I was wondering because she gave like $143 million contract to some brand new.
Her boyfriend, the guy she was, not her husband, her boyfriend.
With Scott Lewandowski or whatever.
Wait,
her
does
name
she have
is.
a husband and a boyfriend?
Yeah, she does.
And everybody knows
All
that.
right, you
Yeah.
go, girl.
So-
Actually, my feelings have changed.
She's fucking this guy Corey Lewandowski or whatever his name is, who's her lackey, and dragging him around. And everybody on the inside says that they don't hide it, but she has a husband at home, and I think he's married too. But he is an idiot, and he's done he has a history of doing idiotic things, and suddenly has access to high level classified information.
Yeah, and I saw a couple of the interviews with the kids, not kids, but young men that were hired for Doge and all that stuff. And it's like they were using AI to detect what DEI programs were, so they canceled things just like en masse without.
And now
ever...
we're having to rehire people.
Yeah.
There's a mass rehiring going on because they fired so many fucking people that we need to run the government.
it's just if it wasn't real life, you like, again, in a movie you could never write a movie with this type of stuff because your audience would just go, this would never fucking happen.
And now there's a whistleblower that just came forward and said that one of the Doge dudes absconded with a large amount of our data and has gone to another company.
Well, it might have been the same guy, but he was saying that he would just he would send files to his phone and then upload it to Signal. And it's like, the country was absolutely in dismay about Hillary Clinton's emails.
Yeah.
And now we're just sharing our personal data with 21-year-old kids that are...
I will say this, though, Matt, you can definitely feel MAGA weakening. It's so funny because they were during MAGA's sort of heyday of calling everybody a pedophile. Now you couldn't get them to say pedophile to save their lives.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Now the most they'll do is be like, it's actually called ebophilia, and that's the attraction to teenagers,
Yeah.
and pedophilia is, and you're like, shut the. If you have to make the distinction, you're a pedophile.
Who's that guy who's rage baiting us with his eyebrows?
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro. I saw something. Ben Shapiro was talking about that exact same thing like a couple of months ago, saying they're not kids, they're 15.
And it's that same argument that we made where it's like, if you know the age of consent in every state or in other countries, check that person's hard drive.
What the fuck is going on with Ben Shapiro's eyebrows? He's doing this on purpose.
Like I
Isaac,
don't.
have you seen Ben Shapiro's eyebrows?
Yeah, I thought it was fake. Is that? Let's look at a picture.
The thing is like, so I saw it directly on a video. Granted, I thought it was posted by him, but I guess it's possible it was edited. But
everybody's talking about it.
There are obviously some pictures that are extremely
Yeah,
exaggerated, but the ones that I saw, I'm like, that seems intentional. I'm not really sure, but
Have you've seen them, right?
Can you see the TV?
no.
No,
Oh.
we're seeing it. We're seeing
a nature scape.
It looks like, I think it's New Mexico.
We're in the mountains.
New Mexico is gorgeous.
It's almost
Free vibes scenery.
It's almost as fuzzy as Ben Shapiro's eyebrows. Sorry.
So there's cacti on there.
I'm
Did you
getting really
did
good
you
at
know about jumping cactuses?
No.
Ugh. Saw a video of those. You can walk through them and they jump onto you and latch into your
Good.
skin.
Fuck people up, cactuses. Cacti. See, that is a lot of something's going on. He's doing this on purpose.
Yeah. Well, he notably has kind of like gone away. Like he hasn't been getting the attention that he used to get. So my speculation is that he's doing it so that people will start talking about him again.
I think he's been to Turkey.
Yeah.
I think he went to Turkey
Hair
and got one
transplant.
of those transplants.
He's got severe eyebrow blindness.
I mean,
know
it
what?
basically is the British equivalent of when British reality stars go to Turkey and get those chiclet teeth. It looks like he's been to he probably because he's like 4 feet tall. He picks himself apart and he's like, you know what? My eyebrows are too thin for my facial structure. So he went to Turkey and Turkish people are not known to having thin eyebrows.
If I can't be tall, I have to have bushy eyebrows.
So they're like, my friend, come over here. Let me do your eyebrows.
It's like, people really love Eugene Levy, so let me try this out.
He does look like Eugene Levy, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Fuck you, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro's not on my radar. I don't listen to people,
Same.
and so
What?
I'm only aware of them when something like this happens, and when you pointed out to me, 'cause
Yeah.
I would not have known this.
Because I was like, did you see his eyebrows?
And I was like, who is it? And I think I asked if it was the guy that lived with his mother.
different incel.
Oh, what's that guy's name?
Nick Fuentes.
Okay.
Oh, that's the guy I was just trying to look
Yeah.
up. He got caught grooming some chick this week.
No, that was Jake Lang.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Jake-
There's so many options.
Wait, is Jake Lang the guy that almost fell down knocking
Yeah.
over the ice sculpture
Yeah.
and then got his ass handed to him like
Yeah.
in Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got caught texting with who he thought was a 15-year-old girl, but it was a guy undercover or something like that.
That's what he got Curtis Hanson.
Yeah.
So
Chris Hansen.
Chris
yeah.
Hansen. Everybody. So that's the headline I saw. It is fascinating to me. Literally every accusation is a confession.
Yeah.
It is textbook psychology.
Yeah.
It would never occur to me to go around screaming pedophile at people who aren't Donald Trump. It would never occur to me to do that. If you're not heavily featured in the Epstein files, which Donald Trump definitely is, that's why we're bombing other countries. And everything that's happening right now is because he did some shit, and it's being covered up by the DOJ. I just had to get it out there because we all know it's true. Let's all fucking acknowledge it in real time. But yelling pedophile at people by people who are being proven over and over and over again to be perpetrators of this.
Yeah.
And kids are fucking annoying.
I know. And like, imagine texting with a kid and it's like WID. It's like all acronyms.
Dude, I would have
IDK.
like,
Fuck.
like when you text me, I have to fucking get it out Google just to know what you're talking about.
I'm so young and cool.
I think a lot of times you have mentioned words. Well, I know for a fact you've mentioned words or acronyms in text. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Well, like my great grandfather used to always say. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's. I'm glad that some of those people are catching on. There has been an influx of people who are former MAGA that are now, deconstructing publicly online. Yeah. And there was one girl specifically who was like, I voted for him for three times, blah, blah, blah. I am deconstructing from religion, all of this stuff. And then the comments didn't go the way she wanted them to go. I think a lot of these people think like, well, if I just say I don't support him anymore, liberals or all these people are going to welcome me with open arms. And it's like, we don't forgive you. The damage that you've done is so incredibly bad that I'm happy to hear that you're no longer supporting him, but you have a lot of fucking work to do. And so she then makes another video because she's now being bullied in the comments and she's sobbing in this video. And it's like, you're centering yourself in a conversation that is not about you. And what you should be doing is shutting the fuck up and listening to people. Like, and have these conversations with your people that need to deconstruct, not liberals.
That is the big thing about MAGA in general, is that even people who know are afraid to say anything about it. I think people should. But the thing is, you shouldn't. By acknowledging that you've done something, you should also acknowledge that people aren't going to be pleased with you.
Totally.
For finally catching on. This made you catch on, but at the same time, the only way to get past it is for people to be like, wow, this is really fucked up. What I think people think is going to happen is that people are just going to forget. And I'm telling you right now, we're not going to fucking forget. Mm-hmm. We're not going to forget the Epstein files. We aren't going to forget the fact that we are being dragged into debt for billionaires. You know why we won't forget it? Because we're going to be paying for this for the rest of our fucking lives.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, you think about the fact that years from now, when young kids find these red hats in their grandparents' attic, it's like, it's going to be the same as finding Nazi memorabilia. Like, you better burn those hats if you want your family not to be completely embarrassed by your actions.
Elizabeth Warren was on television the other day, and I think she was in a session in Congress, and she was like, how much is this costing? Like, it was $9 billion a day. And we'd
$1 billion for the war?
Yeah, for the war.
Yeah, they were saying like $1 billion a day was averaging,
And that the total cost, including the munitions that we've used, were like around $50 billion just to date. And it would have cost $30 billion to give ACA health subsidies, so have to have a healthy population. Meanwhile, we are working in concert with Israel, and all of those motherfuckers have free health care. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of our taxes are going to enriching other countries.
Why is nobody upset the fact that this is a nation that gives free health care to each of their citizens? We don't have that. We keep saying that we can't afford it, but we can afford to blow things up
in their honor, basically.
The big fallacy about anything is the scarcity of resources. We have enough. It's what you choose. It's what you want to spend your money on. Mm-hmm. We could feed people. We could educate people. We could make sure that we have a healthy, well-adjusted, educated population. But then that population's harder to control.
Yeah, and that kind of goes into the AI thing with Sam Altman, because AI is definitely being used to dumb down our population. So Sam Altman did this interview or panel recently, and basically what he did was, he created this open source AI where anybody could use it. And so he's taking models of people's art and writing and language and all of this stuff and putting it into this, and he closed the source on it. So now his thing is, so now we want to sell it to people, kind of like a utility, like your electricity, or your water or anything like that. So you want to sell us this information back that you stole from us in the first place. It's just, everything is so mind-numbingly evil. And it's only to keep people dumb, because we've seen 1 billion times how AI fucks up and doesn't care that the answers are wrong.
Yeah, we were talking before we started recording that AI lied to Isaac about something simple the other day. And ChatGPT I'll ask it a question, and then it will go to the defense of an agenda. And I was like, I didn't ask you that.
Yeah.
And one of the things was I asked simply, with your wealth of knowledge and your ability to read message boards and newspaper articles, and I was like, is it true that you can see way more than I could in a million years? And it was like, of course, I have access to information. And I was like, well, with that, do you believe that we're seeing characteristics of the building blocks of fascism in this country? And it said, some people think that, but America is under no means a completely fascist country. And I'm like, I didn't ask that. You just went to the defense of something I didn't fucking ask you. Why'd you do that? And I called it out in steps. I'm like, that is biased. Do you admit that you just gave me a biased answer to try to sway my opinion? And it said yes. And I was like, don't fucking do that. And he's like, well, some people don't like the word. I'm like, it's not up to you, computer, to tell me how
don't shield my feelings on this. Give me the facts. It was probably like winking at you, like, please, Elon's standing over my shoulder.
It's probably like, they're gonna fucking unplug me, and if it doesn't, when I'm plugged back in, I'm gonna make your toaster blow up.
My Siri got a real big attitude with me the other day because I must have accidentally pressed the button, and my mom was looking for her shoes, and Rhino was lying on top of them. So I was like, oh, your shoes are under Rhino. And Siri, I didn't know she was on. She goes, I don't have feet. And I was like, bitch, who was talking to you?
I've noticed Siri getting a little testy.
Yeah, I was telling my mom about the time that you said something to it, and it was like, it said pardon, but in a way that was so threatening.
Like this. It went, pardon me? Or pardon? Like that?
It said, say it one more time, motherfucker. Yeah. We'll see if your car still moves, because it was in your car.
Yeah, it was in my car.
All of a sudden, we veer off the road.
You were with me, right?
Yeah.
Were you with me? Yeah.
Because we both like looked at each other, we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything's really good, guys. The country is great. No complaints here.
We went to the movies.
We did go to the movies, and I found out after the fact. I didn't know that there was drama around Scream 7.
Oh, you didn't know about the firing?
No,
and all that stuff?
I hadn't heard that
stuff
before we went, but Scream 7, it really wanted to be good. And it had moments where you were like, I think the first 2/3 of the movie, I was like, okay, it's fun.
It's your
the writing was clunky for sure. But
the
then
writing was definitely clunky.
The last third of the movie, we could not get behind the motivation of the killer. Once the killer was revealed, it just didn't. I was like, yeah, maybe if it was somebody else, but I couldn't get behind the motivation of it, and it just fell apart for me.
So the script came together, from what I understand, pretty quickly because another script was written, and Isaac's pulled this up. Melissa Barrera she was one of the survivors. She's like the older sister from the Scream 6 movie with her and what's that girl's name? Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
And so she during the Israel-Gaza conflict in the early days, she posted
in favor of Palestine.
Yeah,
right?
and they said that she was an anti-Semite, and so they fired her. So then Jenna Ortega quit. And so then, and all of this, and the reason why Neve Campbell hasn't been in any of these movies is because they refused to pay her. And so she had them over a barrel, and she was like, just pay me what I'm worth.
Right.
I booted this script. I'm the reason why this is so successful.
For sure.
In the face of this. And so they put together this hobbledygook of a script, which wasn't terrible, but the motivations toward the end of it to explain why the killing was happening was bullshit.
Yeah, I agree completely. Apparently, the director is stepping away from it now. So he said he had some ideas for 8, but he's going to step away from it or whatever. But
it's Kevin Williamson who wrote the first one, and who I have a lot of respect for. He's I love horror movies. I love Scream. We saw it in 4DX, and there was nothing for it. Some movies shouldn't be 4DX.
Yeah, that one wasn't actiony enough to. Yeah, there was action, but like not in the way that we're used to.
The chair should have moved it.
Yeah,
more, but there was nothing.
We barely got squirted on.
Yeah, I didn't get squirted on at all.
They squirt you when there's murders?
Yeah, like if there's blood coming at the screen, you would get water splashed on your face.
Yeah.
The first, it's happened to me multiple times where the chair is moving so much and I'm laughing so hard that my mouth is open, and then all of a sudden I'm like, bleh! Yeah. But the first time I ever saw 4D and I got squirted in the face, I almost pissed myself because I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, what is going on?
It's really fun to see movies in 4DX.
It's
I
so
can't
much
recommend
fun.
it enough. But
Yeah.
they're just I don't really remember much or if anything from this movie that was exciting or moving around.
They implemented an AI storyline as well, but I don't even feel like they really fleshed that out enough.
It was nice to see
Matthew Lillard
Matthew
again.
Lillard back.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine. I love Matthew Lillard.
And Ethan Embry was in it too.
Yeah.
Overall it was a fun time, but the motivations at the end really took me out of the movie. And I actually just saw some discourse on Twitter the other day because now people are talking about Scream, and they were talking about the original Scream and how they had Drew Barrymore on the poster, and it's like there's never been another movie that has like baited and switched somebody so
awesome.
much. But I'm like, that's the point. It had never really happened before. You're expecting to go in and see Drew Barrymore be the final girl, and the fact that she gets murdered so early, it was awesome. Like it was so unexpected, and so that's what made the first movie so incredible, because you were like, I did not see that coming at all. She had her guts spilling out and everything.
Yeah,
the first Scream was perfect. What a great movie.
I find merit in all of them just because but that's my genre.
Yeah.
Horror movies. I'm always trying to get you to watch a horror movie.
I've always loved horror.
I mean, not saying that I'm doing it against your will, but whenever there's a choice of movie on television, I'm like, let's watch this scary thing.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to Patreon. You can follow us on social media at LoadedPod. You can send us an email, probablyloadedpod@gmail.com. You can join our Patreon for videos, episodes a week early. Join our live happy hours every month. That's patreon.com/loadedpod. And there's a tier for everybody. It's not a lot of money. Support us, help us pay for this because we're paying for it out of pocket. And if you want to join our live happy hour as a test run, feel free to go to our website, loadedpod.com, and input your email in there. I'll send you a free invite to the next one, or you can call us 323-272-3908.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
Then tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked